Good morning and welcome, everyone. And Mayor, what a beautiful day in Tampa Bay, huh? Yeah. And I'm Don Futrell. I'm Vice President of Planning, Design, and Construction here at Moffitt. And it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here to a momentous event in the progress of this project. And so we're all very glad that you're here. I've been asked several times over the last month or so, what is a topping out ceremony, right? So let me give you just a quick history lesson, right? This is a long-held tradition in the construction industry that represents the completion of the structure itself so that the work within can get started. It dates all the way back. Historically, we can trace it all the way back to 600 AD in the Netherlands. But there are historians who claim that it goes all the way back to the construction of the pyramids in ancient times. And so it is a big deal for those of us who work in the construction industry. But it also represents the transformation of the project from just building the structure to making it what Moffitt wants it to be. And that is a warm and welcoming environment for our patients where miracles can continue to happen. And so we're very pleased that you're all here. And I just wanted to recognize a few people before we turn the program over. Let me take a moment to recognize, first of all, we couldn't have gotten this far without this construction team that we put in place. Some of these names are familiar to you, some of them are not. But let me just point them out for you. HDR, our architect of record, Hammis Companies, our owner's representatives for the project, and then the partnership of Bar and Bar and Horace Construction, both local companies who are leading this effort for us, and you can see the amazing work that they've done so far. I would be terribly remiss if I didn't take a moment also to recognize our patient and family advisors who have been with us at the table every day along the way. Giving us guidance on what patients want rather than what we think they want, right? And so that too has made for a very, very special project, and we've learned so much from that we will continue to do that through future projects that Moffitt undertakes. In addition to that, we also want to thank specifically the City of Tampa and Mayor Castro, who's here with us today. We could not have gotten this far without the support, cooperation, and sometimes just downright assistance from the folks that work in the City of Tampa offices. And so it's just been an amazing project so far, and there's a lot more left to do, as you can see. But at this point, it's my honor to turn it over to our President and CEO, Dr. Patrick Hu.
Thanks so much, Don, and thank you, all of you, for being here. This is really an amazing occasion. It's also one of our first occasions where we can see your faces and your smiles. So really thanks to the COVID vaccine, which may I remind you, came out of cancer research. And that's how it was approved so quickly. But this is a really important occasion, and it's really wonderful to get to this part of our build. I'm learning a lot about building. The construction team, as Don said, has been phenomenal, not just for constructing a hospital, but the quality, safety attention, and attention to diversity. We're just so proud to be working with such a class team. I also want to thank our staff here. They have worked tirelessly to coordinate many different aspects to make sure this is going to be seamless in a couple of years when this opens, to the point where making sure that there aren't stretchers that go unabated down slopes. So many different areas that the team has paid attention to. So it's wonderful, and a wonderful partnership. And to our supporters and board members that are here, many voluntary hours that you spent on Zoom. It's really great to see you outside of Zoom now. It's wonderful. You can see the full smiles on your faces, and also it's interesting. I get to see how tall you are. Not that that matters, but it's interesting. On Zoom, everyone's the same height, and now it's like, whoa, I got to crank my neck to see this person. So, but this is, as you know, Florida has the second highest cancer burden in the nation. And it's going to increase by 65% over the next decade. So that is a huge responsibility that we have to treat more patients with cutting-edge technologies. And not every cancer patient gets the right care. And we want to give the right care to as many patients as possible, and this is what's going to help us do that. We couldn't do it with all of the collaboration from you, as well as the government officials at all levels. And we really want to thank all of you for being here today, including the mayor of Tampa, Jane Castro, the mayor of Temple Terrace, Andy Ross, the vice mayor of Temple Terrace, Sherry Donahue, Tampa City Council Chairman Guido Maniscalco. Guido has some amazing musical taste, by the way. City of Temple Terrace Councilman James Chamber, City of Temple Terrace Councilwoman Meredith Abel, and the City of Temple Terrace Councilman Gail Schisler. Thanks so much for your partnership. So we're really excited by what this hospital is going to let us do. It's on a 21-acre site, 498,000 square feet of space. It's going to have 128 extra inpatient rooms. When we open up, expandable to 400, that's going to help us treat so many people. 19 operating rooms, and really state-of-the-art, where there are MRI machines and imaging machines that are going to be going on rails between rooms. I've never seen anything like that. It's really going to be quite incredible. We have state-of-the-art robotics that are going to be going in here. Not only will we be able to treat more patients and offer them care, we'll be able to make discoveries to help prevent and cure cancer. We don't think people should be dying of cancer, and we know in partnership with you, we can prevent that or we can cure that. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to work together. We're going to work with a growing biotechnology presence that's going to be growing in the state of Florida. We're going to be working together on that. And I think that the future is very bright for not only cancer care, but for research and discovery. That's all going to be happening here. We do feel that we already have patients coming from 120 countries to get their cancer care here. More and more, we feel patients from all over the world are going to be coming to the Tampa Bay area to get their cancer treated. So thank you for your partnership, and it's my great pleasure now to introduce Mayor Jane Castro. Thanks so much, Mayor, for being here.
All right, so as Dr. Who said, we can do away with our masks, but I feel compelled to wear my lightning mask. Go Bolts. Yes. On our way to yet another Stanley Cup. Couldn't be more exciting. But this is such an exciting day, as Dr. Who alluded to our perfect weather here, but to be here at the site of this development. And looking at development in our community, we are so very, very fortunate. During this past year, just one statistic, we were able to permit $4.5 billion in development in 2020 through the pandemic. And just to put it in perspective, that was $1.9 billion more than 2019. So Tampa is on fire right now. We are growing dramatically, but we're doing it very intentionally and very thoughtfully. So it is an exciting day to be here in Tampa Bay. You know, we are here to celebrate the topping out, and I've been to a number of these, topping out, ribbon cuttings, all of those breaking ground, all of those ceremonies, which are really wonderful. I'm probably the only mayor in the nation that is on a personal level with all of the developers, yes, with our prime, our subprime, all of the individuals that have been putting the city together and working throughout this pandemic. Now, I would submit that we have come a little ways with our efficiency and effectiveness since the 600 AD topping offs, but it still is a wonderful event for us to celebrate today. And I want to celebrate overall Moffitt, all that they have done during the 35 years. And I would also say that the development of this building, this structure, this campus is critically important. But what is more important is what's going to go on inside the walls. Because as Dr. Who said, we are treating people from all over the world. This is the place to be. I could stay up here until lunchtime sharing stories of individuals that have been sent to Tampa, to Moffitt, because it is the best cancer treatment center in the United States. So I'm very fortunate that we have this, yes, that we have this facility. here in our own backyard, and I'm excited to see not only the advancements that are made in treatment, but just as importantly, those advancements that are made in the prevention of cancer. Because I don't want to ask for individuals to raise their hands, but I doubt there is one occupied seat here that has not been affected in some way by cancer. I lost my father and my sister, oldest sister, to cancer. When my father battled cancer in the mid-90s, it was more of a shotgun approach. Let's throw everything in the kitchen sink at it to see how we can treat this. And now it is such a surgical approach. And I'm going to finish with just one story, one simple story. I live on the river, Hillsborough River, down by Sly Avenue. And for some reason, there's something wrong with my boat. The mechanic can't figure it out because every time I approach Eulalie, my boat veers in to the dock for their grilled oysters and a cold Jane's Ale. If you guys, I have my own beer. Even though I'm not a beer drinker, I have my own beer there. But I was sitting there one Sunday afternoon, and a couple came in. I struck up a conversation, and they were from the Northeast. They were here in Tampa because they were sent to Moffitt because it was the best in the world at treating the cancer that this woman had. And their treatment that they had, they were so overwhelmed, not only by Moffitt, but by the city, that they moved their entire family down to Tampa. So Moffitt cured that family, gave them their life back, and in turn, they found that Tampa is the greatest place in the nation to live. So I'm so happy that Dr. Who is here to run this organization. He has imparted me, he'll probably reduce the number of meetings we have because the information that he gives me makes me medically dangerous because I know just enough that I'm out there as a cheerleader, but you certainly don't want me giving you any medical advice. So welcome, Dr. Who, to Tampa, and congratulations to Moffitt, and congratulations to everybody who made this happen today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Castro. We appreciate you being here today. Next, I'd like to introduce another leader in our community, but also a really good partner of Moffitt Cancer Center. Our next guest is Jonathan Graham from Horace Construction. He's the president of Horace Construction, who's partnering with our friends from Bar and Bar on this project. And so we've asked Jonathan to come up and say a few words too.
First of all, I'm really humbled and honored to speak before you. This is really something that's special. But I want to give some attention to the leadership and what Moffitt is doing. They're leaders in research and in curing people. And they haven't stopped there. And it's important for everyone to know that they haven't stopped in just their leadership in curing individuals. They wanted to build a historic building, and they wanted to make history. But through the last 20 years, they've continually progressed in making sure that diversity and inclusion was a premier part of what they did. It is their culture. And the reason that they can make history, yes, we're building a $300 million building, and it's going to have research, and it's going to cure people. But they didn't leave it just at that. They said, hey, who do we hire? Who do we get involved so that we make a lasting impression on the community? And they got Bar and Bar, and Bar and Bar partnered with us so that we could make sure that while we're building this building that's going to be historic, we did some historic things. We got more diverse contractors, more diverse people involved in building this building so that lastingly people know exactly what to do. I have to be very honest about my relationship with Fred Hames and Bar and Bar and Matt Gilbert, because just like the president and CEO who comes with great ideas and how to move forward. The Bar team, the leadership in that team, absolutely knows how to move forward with quality of work. How do we get diverse people to work on it? But there's a difference between being diverse and including. So Moffitt includes with their diversity. They bring people to the table so their ideas can come forward and they can have great things happen. And that's through Dr. Green and Desiree and Kathy and all those people. Bar does the same thing. They make sure that they get diversity, but they get people involved in decision making. And that's why they've become or let us be their partners and bring other people. And we mentor companies. We've got companies on this project, diverse companies, that this is the biggest project that they will ever do. And it's because of Matt Gilbert's leadership and Lauren Bird's leadership and our leadership of making sure that it's successful. So they've got the recipe, and the recipe has come because Moffitt has said, this is one of our top priorities. We want to be diverse, but we also want to include. And so when we think about what's going to happen, we are really going to set a record. It is really going to be history on the amount of diversity that is going to be included on this particular project. There is no one else who's going to boast numbers of $51 or $60 million worth of inclusion on a site. So that's the reason that I'm humbled, and that's the reason that I'm honored to be able to talk to you and to say these things to you, because they get it, and hopefully because of what they do, what they're the leaders in, both cancer-wise, both research-wise, and construction-wise, other people will get it. In fact, other hospitals have called us and said, how do you do it? Well, first of all, we needed Moffitt's leadership, but Fred Hames has been doing this since the museum. Me and Fred worked in this museum 20-some years ago, but we understand what it needs. And if you keep the leaders like the Dr. Greens and the Dr. Who's and everyone focused on that, along with the other things that need to happen, it just makes for a better community. Everybody comes together. Everybody listens to people. And besides the research, besides the curing, it cures communities. It cures individuals. That goes beyond the cancer, and that's what they've provided for us. So yes, it would be downplaying if we mentioned numbers. There's way more in the effort that has been given by this construction partnership to make people successful than just the numbers that it will come up with. So thank you for allowing us to be here. And now I'm going to turn it over to Jane Fusarello.
So I'm one of those short people here, Doctor Who. All right, I got it. All right. Thank you, Jonathan, and thank you for the work and partnership you've given to us for over the few years. I want to talk a little as the Chief Nursing Officer about the benefit this new hospital will bring to our patients. It will happen not only with technology, but also with the innovative services and the environment that we're creating. And today we have some very special guests that are joining us, and those are our Patient and Family Advisory Council. And so you've heard a lot about what makes Moffitt unique, but I really do want to emphasize and highlight the contribution this group of individuals has certainly brought to us over many, many years. And I think that is one of the unique things about Moffitt, the involvement of our patients and our families in helping us become just such an absolutely wonderful and incredible organization. So I have the opportunity and the privilege to share with you some of our insights and some of the contributions from the Patient Family Advisory Council. This select group of individuals has guided us over the past year in the development of this facility. We know that warm, welcoming environments certainly help our patients heal both physically and emotionally. And so because of that, we asked our patients to help us in the design of this building. This facility is going to be just absolutely beautiful. You're going to find that there's going to be open air spaces. We are going to have natural lighting. We're going to have inviting spaces for our patients, our visitors, their families, and our team members. It's going to have state-of-the-art technology. And we know this and we understand this because of a healing environment being so very important for us related to our patient outcomes. It sets the stage to help us reduce anxiety, to accelerate recovery, and it does help promote a sense of well-being for everyone. So the council has played a fundamental role in all stages of this expansion, from wayfinding, from signage, to the detailed designs that are going into the actual patient rooms. And they really have been very influential over the years, and now especially with the new hospital, in helping us really create that patient experience to be the ideal patient experience. The council has also played a fundamental role when it comes to really helping us ensure that the technology is appropriate, and that really contributes to us being, kind of cutting edge with everything that we're doing as well for this institution. We know that staying in a hospital isn't easy, right? And because of the council, we know and we can guarantee that this new hospital is going to be like a home away from home for our patients. No one wants to be in the hospital, but we want to create the best environment that there is. So on behalf of Moffitt leadership and our team members, I really want to extend a very special thank you to this group of individuals for their continued involvement in turning Moffitt into a place of refuge and safety for those that need us most. And I'm looking over there because I see those individuals sitting in the crowd. So thank you. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn back the program to Mr. Futrell, who will go ahead and talk about what we've been waiting for this morning.
Yeah, so we've reached the moment of truth here, and that is the raising of the beam. But I've been asked to remind you before we do that there are gift bags for all of our guests at the back. Please don't forget to stop by and take yours when we get ready to dismiss. So at this time, I'd like to ask everyone to, if they could, move to the edge of the tent so that we can, on my right, your left, so that we can view the raising of the beam. And on behalf of all of our patients, our caregivers, our team members, and our board members, let's hoist the beam.
this way.